Hi guys, we're the Siminatorz, and this will be our first video. We're doing generally sim games, and we're playing Euro Truck at the moment.
Okay, so
I'm going to set up an account here. We'll show you how to install everything later. Yeah, sorry if there's any bad quality. We've just installed these recorders. There's not a lot we can do about it. We'll try and fix it for later things, but we're using the best we've got. So we've just picked up it. I quite like the orange eye background. I'm not sure. If you guys post in the comments what you think your favourite trucks are in these. I think we should have the first one. It looks nicest.
okay,
So we're English, so our language stays in English. Company name, we'll call it Siminatorz Logistics.
we won't play
Our
with
mods
any,
are on the right,
but we won't play with them.
No. We'll show you how to install them later. Board obviously is to go simple automatic if you're new to the game. If you're not, then maybe you might want to go a bit higher. Our home
Have data.
yeah, those would be nice. No, yeah, let's go through the tutorial for all new viewers. So it's a pretty basic tutorial. We've seen all of this before. Welcome to Euro Truck Simulator 2. Next, the chance to experience your dream job, driving F1. Your own transportation company is open for business, but sadly you lack the money to buy a truck. And now you'll have to work for other companies as a driver for hire. Your task is to safely deliver a load of tomatoes to traders dropped in the field store. The employer has provided you with a vehicle and will cover all expenses. Don't let anyone down, arrive on time. Okay, so the controls on the box is start. So E is engine. Forwards, back, left and right are the usual. W, A, S and D. Or you can use the arrow keys if you prefer that. That's our truck.
So if you look around with the mouse, then click 1 to center it again.
And it's, what button is it? Toggle F3 to toggle the map in the bottom left. The red and green arrows is obviously the route you're supposed to take. Yes. Wow. Already made a mistake. How bad are we? Well. Okay. So, other button. Yeah, we're in Britain, so we drive on the left. And it does register all of these things. You can see on the sat nav how long it's expected to take and what time you're meant to get there, and also what speed you're going, how much fuel you have left, when you're going to need to sleep, and all important things. And later, once the tutorial has been completed, we'll show you how you get your own garage. You can upgrade it when you have the money, which in this series, we will be doing another series. This one will install a few cheats and mods, maybe.
Then on my other profile we'll do
Just completely legit. Vanilla. So this one later will show you how to do that. But we need to get through this first. And there are a few things you need to complete before you're actually able to install some of these cheats and things. At least the ones we use. Because we know some of them are safe. And it is always hardest starting up, isn't it? It gets fairly easy once you've mastered it. Yeah. And the controls will probably seem very hard too for those who are new to the game. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, later on, if this series gets quite a few likes, we might move on to some other games as well as the Euro Truck. Yeah, that'll be fun. So, if you click F5, you can toggle the bottom left is the map. No, I mean F3 toggles the map. F5 is to see your sat nav. F6 is route details. F7 is damage to the truck that you've received. And F8 is short messages, so like emails and
Off
things
the
like
game,
that.
not like real.
Yeah. So it'll be if you've received any say offences for avoid sleeping or vehicle crashes, it'll tell you there. And that's something to look out for.
One is the cabin.
Cat camera.
Yeah, and then 2 is basic camera. 3 is
On top.
directly above.
4
4
is
is 5 left the concentrate units and right.
We have noticed
7 is on the wheel, and 8 is drive by.
do watch out though, because there are some glitches with the game. It's not all perfect. The AI driving do sometimes crash into you, so you do have to watch out. I'll tell you later about the menu and how to sort all of that out.
And then if you go onto the menu, settings, gameplay,
You go on to options, gameplay, you can change the settings.
monitor off for it to be speed up the video.
And also you can go into graphics and we'll show that later. But yeah, depending on how good your computer is, you can decide whether you want pedestrians or whether you want, what quality. Make sure you don't run it on higher than your computer can cope though, because it will make the game nearly unplayable. And that's something you just don't want. And passenger service station, you can always do things like that. Little smidges of blue on the map that you can see in the bottom left are where you can rest. Green is petrol stations. Sort of crimson and scarlet colour is repair garages. And you'll see green. There's green in some cities, which is your home garage or a garage that you can buy in the city.
And then you have speed limits as well, so it's 60.
Yeah. And there are signs pointing things out like that. So yeah. Yeah, all working quite well. It's F3 to toggle the mirrors, isn't it? Toggle the mirrors? Oh yeah, it's F2 to toggle the mirrors. But yeah, all of these are things that we'll play about with once we've started expanding our trade empire. And you can expand all across Europe. One of our favourite mod packs is the Scandinavia pack. So we will install that later, I think.
And we have put the names of the people.
Yeah. And we'll put links to all of these mods if we can.
In fact, we say big thank you to the people who made it.
Yeah.
Because they're not really trouble.
Yeah, and all of these things that we install don't cost. They're all free, made just because these people are really nice. And that's one of the examples of where the AI is very stupid and stops when it doesn't need to. And as you can see, he could have moved ages ago. They'll probably fix that in a later update or...
Now something's coming from me. No, it's letting me come out. 1 second.
Yeah. But you can also see road signs. I personally prefer using road signs for the sat nav, but of course that's not everybody's choice. Yeah. But yeah. In any game, you start with €2,000. There is an option to change that to pounds or any other European currency. Just European, isn't it?
And then there's a mod for US dollars.
Yeah, you can get mobs like that. But we're not going to be installing the little ones like that. We'll only do the ones that seriously change the game with maps and trucks. Yeah. But yeah. The graphics are all quite well textured, especially if you have it in Ultra, and if your computer can run it well in that kind of thing. And for that, yeah. But for that you do need a serious gaming computer, I think. Because the one we're using now is pretty top of the range, but it's not gaming, so we can only run it in medium.
It plays quite well.
Yeah, it is playing quite well. And we do have the screen recorder. But yeah.
And it can record in high, but not
As well.
level.
Yeah. And even at the moment we aren't getting great recording. But yeah. As I said, one day we'll try to find a better one. It's all going quite well. We tried making this video a while ago, and unfortunately it didn't record because the screen recorder we were using wasn't actually made for games. Yeah. But in that one, I think we completely destroyed the truck so much so that you couldn't drive, wasn't it? I think we got 100% damage on it. But yeah, this one's going without glitch, thankfully. It's F1 to pause the game, or you can do escape to get into your main menu, general thing where you can manage your company and trucks, and other important things. You'll see a few major brands in this, most of them being WGCC, who specialise in chemicals and explosives and dangerous things.
And then you got one.
Yeah. And then there's also LKW, Trado, and Triet, who we've had quite a bad run in a few times. We damaged their trailers quite badly, so we always try and hide from them. And yeah, there are other brands like that. None of them that I know are real, are they? Yeah. You can also have radio,
But we're not going to do this because of copyright.
which is a shame because some of the radio actually is quite good. It's nice to listen to. Yeah. But it's always hardest getting started up and off your feet. Off. Off your feet. That's it. Oh, close. Yeah, we're driving at 60 odd miles an hour. If you're new to the game, don't. You will break it. And don't turn off the limiter if you're new to the game. Because when I started playing, I was terrible. I couldn't drive with the limiter. And then I had a brief period. I was getting into it, and I was quite good. And even then, I turned off the limiter, and it's very hard. So yeah.
And also, if you go to F6, you can see what you're boarding,
how heavy it is, where you're going to, what time you need to be there by, when you need to next rest,
We've got 6 hours to do them.
and how much money you're getting off this job. So we're getting about 3,150. It's not more than double the amount we've got. And
We don't need to clean them. We can afford it.
yeah, that was bad driving. Yeah, some of the trucks have really bad brakes.
I know why, because I haven't got the return on.
Oh yeah, that's another one of the options that we like. You can turn automatic retarder on, and it just improves the brakes a lot, and it makes a nice little whistling sound every time you brake. And that's the only reason.
And that's why I was used to it. I thought it would break the
But yeah, so you can play about with those options. It's quite a nice little game to play if you've got some spare time, and just make some deliveries across Europe. But some of the best one, in my opinion, sort of a mod, that we're going to show, well, some of the ones that we are going to do will be a level cheat, a money cheat, so you can get infinite money, a Scandinavian mod, which adds Norway, Sweden and Finland in it. Yeah, definitely. So, it's all going pretty well so far. It's never gone this well. So we've been doing
And you
these.
see some of the pedestrians.
Oh yeah? So you might not have seen that, but there was a worker there, just back there. And there's realistic traffic. You can mess around with rain likelihood. My games, I generally switch it based on the country. So in Britain I have rain probability really high. Same for the very north of France. And then turn it lower as you go more south. But then that's just me. It's weird, but
I just leave it there.
as I said, mouse to look around. And then you've got whoa! Yeah, again, that's another example of bad AI driving. That's
Going
just
so well.
Yep, that pulled out, and it shouldn't have in real life, but you need to watch out for that, because it is quite realistic. Some will say that's good, some bad, but I think it's much more fun. Yep, here's our destination. You can see the red flag. You might not be able to see it, but there's a red flag on the map showing exactly where to go.
You can click enter.
Yeah, you can click enter to finish the delivery, which we're going to do now. Oh, there's not. Yeah, don't try and, you do get a small XP bonus if you park it
Unless
there.
you know how to do it.
Yeah. But don't do it unless you know how. It's quite hard. I can't do it. Don't know. Yeah, unless you actually do know how to do this in the season. Unless you're a season pro at this game, don't bother doing this. Play it safe and get the job done. Especially if you run out of time. The other controls. So the pictures here. Click L and get to the lights. So it's go And the reason why we're doing level shooting is just so that, yeah. The reason we're doing level shooting is so that we can show you all of that. Yes, we've got quite a bit of time. But we passed level 1. No, we have 3 XP off. So yeah, that's our garage. Most garages are much bigger than that. Yeah. This is the smallest garage you'll ever buy.
Yeah.
You don't buy this one yet.
All we have to do now is do a quick job and then we're empty.
So yeah. Quick jobs. You get given a truck, and they'll tell you go from wherever to wherever. Freight market, you need your own truck, go and pick up the goods, and then you go and you just drive to wherever you need to go, bring whatever you need on the way, and yeah. So, over here. Oh yeah, and if you look just by the right hand side in orange, it tells you how much money and XP you'll get off the job. And some of mine will be more than others that go to the same city.
So now we're in the best is going to be the cities.
And as I was saying about the companies, this is LKW, and we're doing retail groups in the game. Yeah. So I think it's just after we start this we get an email from the bank, don't we?
I think it's a second one.
Oh yeah. So after the first one, they email, so whatever truck you chose at the start, you'll get an email from the corresponding city.
Or you can just go and discover anything.
Yeah, you can go and discover all the dealers by driving around the city. But you'll get an email from the supplier of your chosen truck. And as soon as you've bought 5 trucks, you can buy online, or you can just, we'll show you the menu later. You can click visit dealer, and yeah, you can go and buy trucks off them. But not all dealers have every truck, so that's why as soon as you've bought 5 trucks you can buy online, and you always know that they have every truck online.
If you discover the dealers.
Yeah, but you have to discover at least one of the dealers you want to be able to buy. And we're just coming up to the port. Felixstowe Port isn't as good as Dover.
No, you can go on the
Eurostar,
or you can go by ferry.
On Dover, you get to actually drive onto the ferry, whereas at the other ports, you just drive into the
tell
ferry.
this is Dover's
Yeah. We just got a short message on Ep1 saying that we had an email, and that, yeah, you can see the mail icon flashing. So if we click escape now, and we'll view the mail. So that's escape to get onto this menu. Email. Brand new Scania truck. So we chose Scania earlier, and it's in Manchester.
And also you have the number plates on here, so this is
And we'll turn in here. Get the ferry. You do have to turn quite late, because remember you have got a trailer on, and you do that. It is quite hard for newbies to get on to the ferry. Don't worry.
if we have it like these, so that it's okay.
We went to Dover Port.
And I wasn't working on this.
A very good replica. most, so you have to drive up the little green icon in the distance. You have to park your truck over that and click enter. Yeah. So on other ports that aren't Dover, you'll find the little green icon just in the main docking area thing. At Dover, you have to actually drive into the right ferry to stop it. Once you've stopped, you click enter.
And click here. And you've got the travel time in the front.
And where you're going to. Because at some places you can go to more than one port. At Dover, I think it's just Calais. So yeah, at the top there it just said Calais discovered. It'll show that every time you see a new city. And when you're doing a quick job, unless it's going to take more than the full tank, which it never goes, the people always give you enough fuel to get to the destination, so never fill up, because you still have to pay for it, okay?
So what we might do here is go and spin past Calais.
Yeah. And remember, we're in France, so it's the right-hand side of the road. Which is important to remember, because you do get wrong-way offences. And they're €320 each, I think. So yeah.
Okay.
That was close. Didn't see that. And remember, you can't actually see what's directly in front of you because you are raised up in the cabin.
But you can have...
Yeah, you can have mirrors that show you what's in front of you, but they aren't on all trucks. So you do need. They have in the new update actually added coaches, haven't they?
Yeah.
Which is a really nice feature. And they've made bus stops and everything. So it looks like we might make yeah, as part of the same.
There's a coach.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them have people in them, some of them don't. A quick tip, if you're at the front of a queue at traffic lights, A, always make sure you can see the lights, so that you can see when they turn green. And B, if you're at the front of the queue, start moving when it turns yellow or amber, because it takes a while for trucks to accelerate, and you'll get off the mark much better. And one important thing to know, even if you have the handbrake on, which is space, by the way, you can still move in a truck, because they are very powerful. Are we going to go around Calais? Yeah. Or just go through it? Yes, we'll go through it. Then so you do get a discovery thing, where if you discover the entire world, so that's every single road. I assume you gain some bonus or something. But we'll discover that later. Now this is exactly what I was saying. Oh yeah, we can just see the lights at the moment. Well, now we can. And time to go. So yeah. Nice looking out. Quite nice seeing. Yeah, FCS has done a good job on this, haven't they? You might see a few videos like this. That's a Euro Truck Simulator 1. And this year. Yeah. They are a different game. They're the same people making stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. But this is a different game. It's got much better everything. And you can yeah. You can buy it easily online. You might have a local game store or something. But you can buy it anywhere like that. If you just look ahead, you can see those stop signs in front of us on the other side of the road. You can't go there. That's blocked off because the map doesn't stretch that far. So don't go into them. You will take damage and have to pay to repair it. Because if you let your damage get too high, then your truck won't start. And you'll have to call the emergency services.
And this is a ABC here.
Yeah.
It drivers here trucks.
Yeah, so once you've bought some garages, you put trucks in there. They don't just make money by themselves. You do have to hire a driver and pay them. So the real skill in this is knowing which drivers to hire. They have different skills. And they ask for different amounts of wages. Don't discover too much. And you do have to make money, because if you go bankrupt, then there's not a lot we can do. Later on, we should get an email from the bank telling us we're allowed to take out loans. And yes,
a man
truck dealer. That's a small dealer. The large, so that if we visit selected dealer with that, we won't see every single man truck. If we visit a large dealer, we will see all the trucks that they have. You can tell it's large because it's like a giant warehouse. Yeah. Whereas small ones, well, you just, and if not, you can just rewind the video slightly. I hope we actually get to put this video on. It's like the recording can go wrong or something.
How long have you been recording for?
Ow. Yeah, this video's gone on a lot longer than we thought, so we might just stop it here and
Or when we finish
yeah, we'll finish the job. No, there is an hour and 30 minutes. Yeah, we just got to.
It is very picky when we start out.
Yeah. Even if you just like a few miles an hour over, it will. But I think we should stop the video here. We'll finish the job and come back to a different. Yeah, I suppose. Sorry it's gone on so long. We'll try and make some others shorter, but we're really bad. So yeah. At first we thought we only had a trial version. Ooh, really close there. And that we would only be able to record for a minute. At least now we know 30 seconds. No,
So now we bought the full version.
Yeah.
Of grams.
we can actually record it properly. Yeah. It's going quite well. Because we didn't think we'd actually be able to get it. Wow.
And then people just put it on you.
Yeah, it does get quite annoying because then they don't let you reverse really well. Oh, watch out for the sign. Okay. If you go in the sign slowly. Now remember last time we were playing, we got a sign stuck in the truck. We tipped it over and it all kind of went wrong. It was really fun. Shame we couldn't record it. It was just... And we couldn't get the trailer back, so we had to pay the €12,000 cancellation fee. Should we just change it to pounds now instead of euro? Okay, yeah. We'll do that between this video and next. Or maybe next video. I'm running out of things to say. Oh yeah, later when we've got all of the mods and cheats installed, which we will show you in... Oh yeah, we'll show you that later. You can have customizations for your trucks and make better engines. One of the controls that we're using right now, we could use, which is good for motorways, but I just remembered, is C, which is just control. Yeah. So when you're on a motorway, use it, but never use it on a complete lane. If you need to brake and stuff, and you don't see something, it's really annoying. And sometimes it leads to a crash. There are also different levels of traffic and stuff like that, which is, so sometimes it can pay to plan your route out. The last time we tried that, it turned out there was more traffic on a country lane. There was a railway crossing over it. And maybe one day we'll be able to record a train going through for you.
So then we've got 19 miles to the half an hour game.
Yeah. It's been going on for a long time, hasn't it? Yeah. Well, I'm still looking up roads. Well, we should actually say thanks to everyone watching. We do need support.
Please subscribe and like.
Yeah.
Really
And please don't dislike or put that comments on, because yeah. But if you have any suggestions or things to add to what we've said, do post them. And yeah, we hope you watch more videos from the Siminators,
and maybe soon maybe a live stream.
if I ever figure out how. And then Dad, I'll do it. It seems like all technology hates me. Yesterday in one of my things, I was messing around with a sewing machine and it just completely broke. I was on a computer a few weeks ago, froze, I lost all my work. Tech is really bad to me.
Okay, so we discovered the new one.
Oh yeah?
And now we have the red flag.
Wow. Yeah, things like that do get annoying.
Yeah. And also the time, it does get dark at night, so sunset there. And then we do have to sleep when we got tired, because we've got
it will black the screen out.
9 hours till we need some rest.
Yeah. But you're best resting it when it's just getting dark.
Or 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it's best
8.
advised to rest at about 9 o'clock. I think we've just gone past where you're supposed to. Oh, okay. But yeah, it makes it impossible to drive if you don't. But then don't rest in the day, because you'll wake up at night, and that's even worse. This video.
All this
Yeah. We're going to need to upload this pretty quickly and then clear it off our space, aren't we?
Yeah.
Ooh, that was close. And
We got an excellent collection
and the damage only actually matters to
on
one
TV now, so we can choose what we can. We're going to have
No.
a long distance because
Yeah.
it
lets-
up to 200.
But it doesn't really make much difference to us, because with the level cheat, if you do it high enough, you can just get all of this stuff anyway.
Yeah, okay, so thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next episode. Goodbye.